The following radio program is highly offensive. There will be use of profanity.
Fuck you! Fuck you! And fuck you!
Graphic description of sexual content.
I thought you were just talking dirty.
Well, I was. But I was being serious.
You said some really sick stuff.
Terminology of mutilation.
Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
And basically anything else that would make you squirm.
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
If you are easily offended or are just a plain pussy, please turn off your computer now. Thank you, and go fuck yourself.
Speaking of morning radio, I know some people probably subscribe to that classic metal show. Those motherfuckers spent 45 minutes goofing on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. So if anybody subscribes to that show, why? It is the worst morning zoo fucking crap. It's these two fat douchebags. One of them is a Rock and Roll Geek supposed fan, and the other one claims to have never heard the show. The guy from Australia, Tim James, calls into their show, and he calls into my blind guy from Australia. Anyway, he's like, I guess he's part of their whack pack or something. CP. They call him
cerebral palsy or something.
Yeah,
right?
He doesn't have cerebral palsy. He's just blind, isn't he? So Tim James called. So they're pissed off at Tim James because he called in another show, the Rock and Roll Geek Show, what they've never heard of, but they got their producer to pull the clips. By the way, they got a fake producer, not a real producer. There you go. Their chat room is goofing on me now. Why do I talk to the voicemail? It's called because I do everything freeform, stream of consciousness. Oh, forget it.
Those guys are like radio dinosaurs. We're sitting here jobless, whatever.
Exactly. I get fucking broke. Adam and Eve! Rock Geek. Please use my code Rock Geek. I need the money, man. Please go to the Rock and Roll Geek website, rockandrollgeek.com, and hit the donate page, because I'm fucking broke. I need money bad. I get paid from Adam and Eve, which is more than you fucking fat fucks get anyway, but I don't feel like getting in my show! Now I'm yelling at them. I'm yelling at a recording of them goofing on me, having a conversation with all right, get this. I'm having a conversation with a recording of a show goofing on me having a conversation with a voicemail. I am an idiot. Classic metal show. Don't brag about liking Dokken. That's not very metal.
I guess I'm learning on the fly, I guess. You're in a mall, you're walking down the thing, you think some chick is hot. You do the ring scan, no ring. You go right up to her and say, hey, sweetie, pumpkin, sweet tits, darling sweetie. Yeah, why don't you give me some wings there, licorice tits. Mead wench. Bring me another beer, sweet tits. Cunt, whore, and anal bitch. Get me some wings, fucky. What's up, sweetie? What's shaking bacon? Wow. Those are the nicest tits I've seen. Sweetie, get me a beer. Come on, pumpkin. Yeah, now, cunt. What a nice set of titties, though. Holy smokes. Stupid whore face. Ma'am? Sugar tits. I like sugar tits. Sugar tits and candy pants. Oh, why don't you bring me a beer there, droopy drawers? Want to get me the condiments there on candy pants? 36C. Yeah, that's got to be at least 36C. No doubt that's 36C. Got to be 36C, 36D. What are you doing tomorrow?
You know what? I don't give a shit what you guys are talking about. Where is Chris at?
Says sales manager Wendell Neeley.
Bob, if I was in charge like I normally am, but in my absence, I can't control what goes on here at CMSB. But I'm going to, on behalf of the Classic Metal Show and our 21-year legacy, I want to apologize for the shabby treatment.
Those are the words of salesman Wendell Neeley.
There's a guy. You got to wonder what happened to that guy. What happened to that guy?
And Neeley says,
if it was right down the street here, I would go down just out of morbid curiosity. It's not the money, it's the effort.
Neeley says,
you don't know who these people are. oh, well, go out to dinner with this guy and take him home. You don't know this guy. He'd be Jack the Ripper for all you know.
As Neeley says, those boxes are plenty in demand.
I had skin to pussy contact. Now I'm a slut.
Neeley says,
well, she got exactly what she wanted. He took his condom off. Now I'm a slut.
And Neeley says,
4 times.
In a row?
So this chick, she's got dicks popping out of her like a porcupine.
Says sales manager Wendell Neeley.
Yeah, I'd bang any one of those chicks.
You know what? Even the black one, Neeley? I know you're afraid of the STDs.
Yeah, I am. I might have to eliminate that one. Norge would not be happy if I said that I'd bang purple pussy.
Neeley says,
all right, well, this is the classic racist show after all. Hoover!
Here's 2 good friends. Tonight is kinda special. So much to say. Words that got away back then. Tonight, let's begin again.
Going now, baby?
What?
Like a blowjob or something?
Not from you.
Blowjobs are 40, straight fuckers 50. Half and half is going to cost you $70.
$70? I can buy all of Chris Aiken's books autographed, plus a CMS shirt for that kind of money.
If you'd like to go to the hotel or something, it's $100.
Yuck. Never. Neely's right. You probably have AIDS.
Classic metal film. Classic metal film.
Metal Show! Classic Metal Show! Chris and Neeley, keeping it real. Classic metal, harder than steel. It's legendary, revolutionary, the world renowned, timeless sound. Metal Show! Classic Metal Show! Hail and kill! Rule and we shall! If you don't like it, fuck you both! Classic Metal Show! The Classic Metal Show!
Hey, this is Rick Roll from Every Mother's Nightmare, and you're listening to Chris and Neeley on the Classic Metal Show. Crank it up!
All your life, you know you've been short-changed. Well, they bend you, they break you. You found there's some pain. It's always something. It's always someone to tear up inside and drag your little heart through the street. sometime, and you will find. Well, I know that you're broken, shattered, torn apart and the same. Well, I know I can't take no more, Lord. I think it's time. Yeah, I think it's time. Well, I know that you're broken, shattered, torn apart and the same. Well, I know I can't take no more, Lord. I think it's time. Yeah, I think it's time. It's time to push. Well, it's time to push.
It is the Love Me show, after all.
I do want everybody to love me. Love me.
This definitely is a Love Me show.
The Classic Metal Show.
This is Bubba. This is Stevie. Hey, it's Larry. And this is Sammy Lee of Red Rain. And you're listening to our friends Chris and Neeley of the Classic Metal Show.
Try to conceal it all and find a place.
your classic metal show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. That is Red Rain. Break these chains. It's just chains. And starting off the show tonight, we heard something from Every Mother's Nightmare from their Smoke and Delta Voodoo release. We heard Push. And this is Neeley, along with my very good friend, pushing himself up to the mic, Chris Aiken. What's going on?
What is up, man? How we doing?
You're on your camera
Am I?
thing again, yeah.
Mother.
You got to stop using that stupid camera.
I used it one fucking time.
It'll switch your audio properties. Try it again.
Hold, please. Is that better?
There you go.
Oh, there we are. That's just fucking peachy.
Yeah. I guess you're going to have to start doing some pre-show prep.
Well, I will absolutely admit that I woke up at 8:55. I was sound fucking asleep, and now I'm just in a really shitty mood. So that just goes perfect with it to have the show starting out fucked up by my fault.
Well,
good do.
Well, we'll remedy that, and we'll make it a good show as always.
Oh yeah, well, we can't do any worse or any better than last week. I mean, I think people liked last week a lot.
They did like last week's show a lot. I'm not exactly sure what we did because, got to be honest with you, I obviously listened back to all the segments because I did do the show cut up. Yeah. And not particularly funny, but maybe more topical.
People love the Vince Neil.
Oh, they did like that.
People love the Vince Neil, and everybody wanted to argue all week long about legend or icon.
Yeah, I know. That was a good topic, and you know what? That was not planned in any way, shape, or form.
Nope, that was what we do best, is when we find something, we just fly with it.
Yeah, it was just something I was sitting here thinking about as the music was playing, and I thought, let's do a little riffing here.
Right.
And it turned out well.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't think it was that funny either, but man, we got tons and tons and tons of comments.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I was like, hey, look at us. Look at us fucking slacking and people still liking it. What would they do if we actually did something good?
Really? Well, we are going to do something good. We're going to do something good in about 4 weeks.
Oh, yes. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, two of the bands that are featured at the Summer Bash in Wooster, Ohio, that is August 25th. Is two of the bands that I played here at the opening of the show. Of course, Every Mother's Nightmare and Red Rain.
That's right.
They will be playing there along with our good friend Billy Morris, as well as our good friend Stevie Rochelle from the band Tough. Right. And I'm remiss to look at the schedule and to see who the other bands are.
Well, let me tell you. You got Tough, and you got, well... Let me not tell you until I look, because I'm as bad as you.
It's not because, I don't think they're not worthy of being on the bill. It's just I'm not familiar with them.
All right, here's the lineup. It is Every Mother's Nightmare, Wild Billy Morris and the Sunset Strip, Tough, Red Rain, New Machine, Babylon Shakes, and LA Knights. There's the lineup that I have in front of me.
Okay.
I'm not positive that that's right, but that's what I have in front of me.
Well, that's enough, isn't it?
That's plenty.
And L.A. Knights are from Akron, right?
They are, not from L.A. like Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're Lower Akron. I believe that's what the L.A. stands for, right?
Is that what that is, Lower Akron?
I believe that's what that means.
Nice guys. I don't know. Have you ever met those guys?
I never met them, but I do recall having them on the show a few years ago. Weren't they opening for like Y&T or something?
Could have been.
Oh, they were at Ripper's Tap House when he still had his place.
Yeah, I saw them. The only time that I actually saw them perform was with they opened for Karabi when Karabi did the full '94 album.
Right.
I saw him then, and Josie, the singer, is a really nice dude. He's a good egg.
Good. Well, anyway, they're going to be on they're just like a straight ahead classic metal band, right?
They are. Okay, here's the official lineup because one band doesn't look like New Machine is on this anymore.
Okay.
Looks like now it is Every Mother's Nightmare, Billy Morris Band, Tough, Red Rain, Lola Montez, who I have no idea who that is. Babylon Shakes and LA Knights.
Okay.
That's what I see that's on Shavis's website, which I'd imagine is more accurate than us.
Of course. And when does this thing get kicked off?
1:30 in the morning. It goes for 23 and a half hours.
It's like our own private Woodstock.
Exactly. No, I really don't. I'm going to guess. If I had to guess, I would say probably 2 or 3 o'clock.
Well, you would, with that many bands, yeah, I would imagine. I mean, and do you know what time it wraps up? Like 11?
No, it's going to go later than that.
You
probably.
think? I would think that there's a curfew or something, because they usually, these towns usually have some kind of a curfew on live performances.
I will be the first one to admit I am greatly lacking in knowing anything about this for something that I've been, that I was involved in putting together. I will definitely be. I've been talking to Billy, and he wants to actually come on the show, and so we'll get all that information in the next week or so. Because I honestly don't have any of that information, but we'll get Billy on, we'll get Stevie on, probably Rick Rule will come back on. Right before we go and do this.
Well, I mean, after tonight, we've only got 3 weeks or 2 weeks of show leading up to it.
Well, I guess we'll have to wedge them in there somehow.
Yeah, so basically they need to come on in the next 2 weeks.
So you tell me to stop fucking slacking and do something?
No, I'm just saying that if we're going to, get our featured performances or performers on the show, we need to get them on within the next couple of weeks.
All right, I will make some phone calls tomorrow and get some people on.
Yeah. So anyway, so looking forward to that. I've seen Red Rain. I've seen Every Mother's Nightmare. I've seen Tough. Billy, I've seen him perform. So all of them very worthy bands to see.
Worth the $15 or whatever it is.
Oh, absolutely. And Red Rain, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys again just because they're buds.
Sure.
And I saw them a year ago next week, as a matter of fact. I believe it was like August 5th last year that I saw them for the first time.
So it's time for your yearly pilgrimage.
Yeah, exactly. So looking forward to that. And, Sammy and the boys are chomping at the bit to get out and perform live because it's been kind of a dry summer for them as far as having gigs lined up.
That is amazing to me that they can live in a fairly big city and not have any gigs to play anywhere.
Well, they said nothing's happening. They said the promoters are they're not willing to pay anything, even for the headliner. The offers that are out there on the table, they're not willing to pay. And then if they are willing to pay or bring one in, the bands that they are bringing in are bringing along their own opening acts.
Right.
So it kind of ices them out a little bit.
It sucks. It just the way rock is so fucking dead on the smaller level these days, And meanwhile, if you want to go to a big show, it's a fucking $160 a ticket. It's fucking ridiculous right now.
I see you are going to Metallicash.
No, I am not going to Metallicash.
Oh, you are not going.
I was asked. I was hinted at to go to get tickets. And I threw that screenshot of the pricing up to basically say, fuck no, I'm not going. I was not going to spend that much money for Metallica.
It was like $188.
$180 each.
That's what I'm saying. It was $188 for a seat.
The total, I think it was a little cheaper than that. The total was $359 something or $349 or something for 2 fucking tickets. I was like, hell to the no.
Yeah.
Not doing that at all.
Well, you know what? When I was a kid, I used to clip the concert lineups that were printed in the Akron Beacon Journal.
Okay.
For the summer concert lineups for Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have them like in a scrapbook type thing.
Okay.
And I went back and looked, and I got some of these newspaper clippings from like 1979, 1980.
Mm-hmm.
You could go see like bands like Chicago.
Yeah.
$10.
Oh yeah.
$10.
Sure.
And that was pavilion seats.
Yep.
Now to go, get a, okay seat,
mm-hmm.
$125.
Yeah, well, it's like I bought my Hailstorm tickets this week because Hailstorm's coming in November here. And how much do you think those cost?
For Hailstorm?
Hailstorm, In This Moment, and somebody else.
All right, and where are they playing?
The Masonic Temple or whatever. Now they're calling that like Mason Live or something, but it's a pretty decent sized venue. It's about the same size as the Roxino.
Okay. Three mid-level bands.
Yeah, Hailstorm probably on the breakout level. The other two are, in this moment, is what they are, and I've never heard of. I think the other one's called New Year's Day.
Okay.
I don't know anything about them.
I'm going to say 45.
Right in there, 50 a ticket.
Okay.
And that just seems crazy to me, dude. That seems like the shit that WMMS used to bring in free, coffee break concert. Doesn't it?
It is. But that's therein lies the reason, is because there is no commercial sponsorship anymore.
Yeah, there's really not.
Because everything is online now, so these corporations, kind of like, say, let's just say a Spotify or Google Play, or any of those are the main carriers of any music. They're not going to sponsor every city that these people play in.
Right.
Now, if you have the local radio station, which obviously you're not going to hear those bands on a local radio station unless it's like on a specialty show or something. That's where the sponsorship money came from for each stop, because each local sponsor, put some money in there.
Right.
Well, now that there's no local sponsorship, there's no money. So the concert goer has to pick up the entire tab.
Yeah, it just sucks. I mean, it's like somebody asked in the chat room if I was still going to go see Junkyard in a week or two. I think it's 2 weeks. And I probably am, but even that, not that this is expensive. I'll let you guess. It's Junkyard with two nobodies, American Bombshell and the Gluttons.
And where are they playing?
The Winchester.
Oh, that's where we did the failed Stephen Piercy live broadcast.
Exactly. What would you guess that costs?
I can't imagine that being really expensive, so I'm going to say $22.
Right in there. It's 15 to 20.
Okay.
Which isn't bad, but still, Junkyard, with their 0 hits, Junkyard didn't really. What was a hit? Hollywood?
Yeah, I think that was their, and then Simple Man.
Yeah, but neither of those were big hits. Those are really minor hits. Neither of those was like a number one song. Was it?
Not a number one song, no.
I mean, those would have been like the stuff that you'd have heard around the same time as that Pretty Boy Floyd song and the Bang Tango tune.
Yeah, pretty much.
In between Def Leppard and Motley Crue.
Yeah, you're pretty much dead on in that regard.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's not bad. I mean, $15 is not terrible. I mean, for that price, it's worth it for me because I like Junkyard. But dude, it's just out of control, man. The prices are just stupid now. I wonder how much Piercy's getting these days
as a solo act.
No, as Rat.
Oh, as Rat. Well, I would imagine that their price has probably not dropped.
You think?
No, I'm still thinking that they're probably doing 20 or 25.
No. What is this? I mean, Junkyard is a Cleveland hair band? Junkyard's from Texas, dumbass. They're not from Cleveland. Anyway. I need to stop looking at the chat room. It's just annoying me.
And distracting.
It is. It definitely is. I'm all over the map tonight.
Well, maybe you need to get centered.
Well, you know what? That's usually what that hour ahead of the show is I listen to some mellow tunes and I get my head in the right place. And waking up at 5 minutes to 9 and having to run in here and boot the computer, was like, all right, now I'm all scattered. But I'll get there about the third hour.
Sure.
I'll be fine.
Well, I did all the server maintenance and the studio PC maintenance and stuff yesterday.
Okay.
So I was all ready with that. So there was no delays and everything was working correctly.
Right. And it came up to boot at what, about 7:45?
No. Ever since I removed and it reinstalled the SAMs, it comes up in a matter of seconds.
Right. Okay, good.
So whatever it was, I think it was that Firebird server.
Yeah.
I think that was a problem. There was something there, but ever since I did the reinstall, it pops up immediately.
Well, now we know for next time if it starts acting fucky again, just clean it and redo it.
Yeah, that was 8 or 9 years worth of stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's probably it. Was the history of the show for like 9 fucking years, so that would probably do it. That probably made for an incredibly large database.
Yes. But this server just continues cooking along.
Well, that's good. That's a nice server. I can't believe that my old company gave me that for free.
Yeah.
They were going to throw it away. I was like, fuck no, I'll take that thing. That thing, I mean, dude, I mean, honestly, that's like, when that was new, that was like about $8,000.
Yeah, I know. I've got a Dell server from a prior business in my garage, and we bought that in 2006, I think.
Sure.
And that was like $8,000 then.
Yeah, I mean, those are not cheap. So, it's good that we have that, though. And I have a spare here somewhere. I have another one that's, although I wouldn't want to plug it in. It probably takes like 16 plugs to power it. So that's an old one, but it would work if we ever needed it.
Sure.
So
well, look at us talking about CMS logistics.
Oh, yeah.
What does it take to power the show and bring you metal?
It's all about the gear, man.
It is. It really is about the gear. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about as far as the live show is concerned.
Yeah.
What do you know about the venue at all? I'm not familiar with it. So what kind of a venue is this? Is this an indoor or an outdoor thing?
Outdoor. Covered outdoor. It's from what I understand, I've never been there either, so I don't know. But from what I understand, it's a restaurant / concert place that has holds like 500 or 600 people. The stage looks real nice. I put a picture of the stage on the Facebook earlier today because they put up a nice banner with our names on it at the venue.
Nice,
which is pretty nice. But I'm told that like 500 people can go in there. It looks real nice. Looks like a cool place. So. I don't know a lot about it, man. I'm hoping that we have Wi-Fi. I'm hoping that we have... I have to get... Dude, I've been so fucking busy with work and dealing with, doctors and everything else this week that I just have not... That's the last thing. Something at the end of next month, that's the last thing on my mind this week.
Right.
So I will get all that information. I feel like a dick because you're asking me all these questions that I should know, and I don't know any of them.
We're just a part of it. That's all.
Yeah, we're going to show up,
and we hope you show up too.
Don't even know what time we're going to show up. We're just going to show up.
Well, I know that a few people in the chat room have mentioned that they'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Was it Brian Stone coming up from Texas?
Yeah, he said he's going to make the trip. That's why he needed the extra shirts because he just might be sweating his balls off in the sun, and he wants an extra clean shirt.
Or if he spends too much money at the bar, maybe he could sell one to get money to get home.
There you go. I sold all my CMS gear just to get a bus ticket back home, and man, talk about a weekend.
Talk about a weekend.
Yeah. So too good. So yeah. You've been kind of MIA this week.
Yeah, just busy, really, really busy with work. I have, you know how my world goes. Sometimes I have nothing to do. Sometimes I can't like stop breathing for 2 minutes, and rest. This was that week. It was, I was building a new site for the babies, building a new site for a hair salon, working on a new site for a trucking company, working on an AdWords campaign for a school, all this going on at the same time. Plus I had my doctor's appointments this week to about my back. So, that took half a day out of the mix while I, went and had more tests and all that shit done. So just busy, man. Just really, really busy. But I got over it. Last night I went drinking.
And where did you go off to?
I took a plane and then a bus and then another plane and went out to John and Steph's house way out in the fucking boonies in wherever he lives now. Past, I don't even know where he lives now. It's fucking way.
I thought you said they lived out in Wadsworth or something.
Wadsworth or whatever's out there. It's way the fuck out there. It's like his old place I used to think was far when he lived in Hinckley, but this is like 20 minutes further than that.
Right.
So it's a good fucking ride, that's for sure.
Well, if you went all the way out to Wadsworth, you could have just gone about 10 miles further west and hooked up with your personal fan.
Oh, the one in Lodi?
Yes.
Yeah, I could have.
So
still talk to her.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we chat. We text back and forth. I never closed that deal, though. I should have. I probably still could. I mean, we still are friendly, but I I don't know. The weeks and weeks of talking about it really kind of creeped me out. The more I went, the more I was like, ugh, this is a real fucking stalkerish type of I mean, she seems super sweet. I mean, I really don't think that I honestly think that she would not be stalkerish, but at the same time, it just, going to meet somebody because I make them laugh for the sole purpose of sticking my dick in them, that just sounds like a problem.
It is a problem. I will be the first to tell you that would be a problem.
It just doesn't feel right for some reason.
Right. No, that's the words that you say for her when you do hook up. It doesn't feel right for some reason. And she goes, "That's because I'm a guy, honey."
Yeah, exactly. It would shock me none if she shows up at the Summer Bash, though.
Well, there you are. That's in the wide open.
Yeah, if she shows up at the Summer Bash, I'll definitely put a microphone in her face so that we can definitely talk about why she would want to bang me.
Right.
Why she would want to bang me on a totally fucking stranger hookup.
Yeah. Well, when I came through town there a few weeks ago for my sister's wedding, I came up Interstate 71 there, and as I passed the area, I was talking to Julie, and I said, "This is about the area where Chris's hookup lives."
Nice.
So that's all I could think about was like, oh, here we are. This is where we're at.
Yeah. Just get off at this exit.
Yeah.
Look for the crazy chick sitting at some restaurant somewhere waiting. Waiting with her fucking headphones on, laughing at the CMS.
Yeah.
Just sitting at a table going, hee-haw, feel good.
Right. And there's the outlet mall right there, and there's the McDonald's that Chris promised to take her to for dinner.
Yeah, we can go right from there to the outlet mall, buy her a pair of shoes so that she feels good doing her walk of shame.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, well, things for me, just like you, very busy with the work. I went out to a fair this weekend.
A fair?
A fair.
Like the kind of with like
the county fair.
Like with broken rides and shit like that?
Well, they weren't broken, but with animals and tractor pulls and
pedophiles running the rides.
Yeah, crackheads, meth heads who put the rides together and have a bucket of bolts still left over.
Right.
Those kind of things.
Hey, come over here, little lady, and get on the tilt-a-whirl.
Exactly.
And stroke my way too big mustache with no beard.
Mm-hmm. So I went to a fair this week, and I saw some truck pulls.
Right.
The big smoking truck pulls, man.
Ooh.
Lot of hillbillies.
Were you rooting for one truck in particular there, pal?
No, not really. But one of the things that was pointed out to me, whether you're in good shape or not, all the girls are wearing belly shirts these days.
Oh, of course.
I mean, that was like the theme. I think it was belly shirt night at the fair.
Well, that's like not at all hot. People of Walmart-esque.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was like too.
Yeah,
it's like a good flat belly, big round bulbous belly.
Right.
Didn't matter. Belly shirts for all.
Having trouble telling if it's audience or cow showings. It's horrible at the fair. Dude, the fair is such. We used to. You remember the thing that was popular here and it was popular here when you lived here. It might still be for all I know, but I'm oblivious to everything. Do you remember the ox roast? The big ox roast.
It sounds familiar, but boy, I can't quite place that. Where did this take place?
I don't remember where, but I believe it was at the Burton County Fair. They always had the big ox roast.
Okay.
And you would go. My parents would take me to this fucking disaster every goddamn year, and it was nothing but getting sick on a bunch of fucking unhealthy, unsafe to eat food. And that's the part that always gets me, is they'll sell you a funnel cake with fucking whatever kind of powder, allegedly sugar, but who knows what this shit is. And meanwhile, you look at these vendor things, and they're all grungy and dirty. And you know the reason that it's like that is because they don't have to do any kind of health inspection at all because they go from town to town.
Right, exactly.
So it's just like a fucking portable bathroom.
Yeah, it's a rolling germ farm.
It's just rolling disease. and probably using the same grease from the last 8 events. You know, they probably don't use even fresh grease. It's just the same old shit. You know, there's bugs and shit that are getting cooked in it with your falafel or whatever.
Falafel.
Here's your fried peanut butter and cheese stick. You know, it's like all these weird fucking things. Fried pickles.
Yeah, they had plenty of those.
I mean, just this horrendous shit. So you walk around, it's 1,000,005 degrees. And at any one of these that I ever went to, it was like 9 million fucking degrees. You know, because they were always in like late July and August.
Of course.
So you're dying of heat. Then you go over by the truck pool, and you get a bunch of fucking hillbillies that, you know, if you put them all together, you might get 30 teeth.
Right.
And, you know, they're all sitting there going, come on! That's bullshit! Hawk and Bobo should have won, motherfucker! You know, it's just fucking the lowest form of hillbillies. It's like not even real hillbillies. It's like hillbillies that fuck hillbillyettes and their children. That's who's there. The just most fucked up hillbillies.
Right.
And then you'd say, my parents would always make us sit through fucking endless truck pulls and drag strip racing. Remember drag strip?
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes they'd have it at the fucking racetrack, and then they'd have drag racing. And then, if that wasn't enough entertainment for you, and it never was for my dad, because for $50 or whatever he paid to get the family in, he was going to stay until they closed.
I'm going to get my money's worth.
He's getting every fucking nickel of it out. But then he would take us, thinking that he was being cool, like to me and my mom, and take us to see the concert that was inevitably playing that night there.
Yeah.
And it was always some third-rate fucking burned-out fucking band. You know, it wasn't any, like the biggest band I think we ever saw was Eddie Money, which that was a pretty big name.
Yeah, of course.
But most of the time it was, here they are, all the way from Canton. It's Track. It's like, Track? Canton? Who the fuck are these guys? You know, or it would be like America with one guy in it. Or fucking, you know, hey, here's Dean. He was the drummer from Ambrosia.
Right.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? You know, Randy Bachman would show up at these fucking events. Just horrible. I could never handle this fucking Oxford. It's funny because after I graduated, I came back one summer from Korea, and my dad was like, "Oh, since you're home, we could go to the Oxford." I was like, "Fuck that, Dad! Not doing that."
Right. Well, one of the games we went through the Midway and played some of the games.
All right. Yeah.
And it's been a long time since I've been to a fair. I think the last time I went to a fair was when our good friend Ian Evans was still with Leonard Skinner.
And with us.
Yeah, well, yeah. But but he invited me out to their performance at the fair.
Wow, that's a pretty big name for the fair.
Yeah. And I don't know. This might have been 2009. Maybe
okay.
2008. I don't remember. It's been at least 10 years. I'm going to say it's been about 10 years. So
Right.
It's been that long since I've been to a fair.
Okay.
And a game that was pointed out to me, and we played a little bit of it, which was kind of funny. I just found it more, kind of silly and funny, but we played it anyway, where there's a wheel, and it's got all these colors on the wheel. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
And at each color, there's a hole at the top of the wheel, and they spin the wheel, and then they put a rat in the middle of the wheel.
Like a live rat?
A live rat.
Okay.
And somewhere along the way, the carny puts a treat in one of the holes.
Okay.
And you got to bet all the way around the stand. It's a square stand, so they have they have all the colors on the little platform of the stand. What do you want to call it? The countertop.
Yeah, okay.
And all the colors of the wheel are on the countertop. So you put a quarter down on whatever color you think it's kind of like roulette.
Jesus, it's rat roulette?
It's rat roulette.
Oh my God.
And you put a quarter down on whatever color you think the rat is going to go in the hole.
Jesus Christ.
I have never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, because who would think of that other than some fucking hillbilly that's been fucking his mother and his brother?
Well, the only thing I could think of was it was like something you might see in Vietnam or something, or Taiwan. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
So everyone, put your quarters down. So you select your color, and she spins the wheel, and she's got a rat on her arm. And she reaches over to the middle of the wheel, and the rat jumps off of her arm into the middle of the spinning wheel. Right. And then it goes around. It runs around the wheel while it's spinning, sniffing around looking for the treat.
Why do I think you walked around this thing and Julie was all smiles and you were like, look at this fucking disaster? Why do I think that's exactly what was happening?
That's exactly what was happening.
She's all happy. She's like, oh, let's get a fucking fried banana or whatever they're serving on a fucking stick. And you're just looking at her like, are you really going to put that in your fucking mouth? And meanwhile, you're fucking dropping too large on a fucking roulette. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? Hold on, I'm going to go throw some darts at the fucking balloons that have been sitting in water for 6 months so that they're good and waterlogged and won't pop.
Right.
It's like, or shoot the guns that are fucking twisted so that the bullets don't even come out, but you think they do because they're fucking air pops.
Right.
Ugh. Rat roulette.
Rat roulette. I'd never seen that before. But we played a few. I did win.
And then what'd you do? Get in your car and just pull out immediately some wet wipes to wipe everything down from that fucking horrible existence of being there?
Well, we walked around and did play a few games, the midway games and stuff, and just looking at the people and things going on. It is definitely a different world, that's for sure.
Did you get your picture taken in the photo booth that's, looks like it has a camera from an iPhone 2?
No, nothing like that.
None of that good stuff, huh?
Now, we did go into the animal barns and did see some of the animals and, just kicked around for an evening. But it was definitely something out of the norm for me.
What animals could possibly be at the fucking fair? Cows?
Cows, pigs, chickens, rabbits, just the average farm fair.
If I'm not at a restaurant, I don't want to see any of those.
So for me to go to the fair was definitely, an experience.
Well, she better treat you especially good tonight after that. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. The fair?
I went to the fair.
Was there a band today?
I don't know who played there, but the only other time that I went is when Foreigner came into town and Jeff Pilson invited me out.
Jesus, they get some big bands at that fair.
Yeah, they had, who was it, Big and Rich?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Brooks and Dunn.
Jesus, around here you get the fucking B version of Foghat. I mean, you don't get anything of substance.
Right.
Get nothing. Oh my God. That's funny that you went to the fair, though.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? You gotta get out and do something every now and again.
I'm just amazed. You know what? I love Julie to death because she's really got you doing some bullshit that you would never.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Holy shit! The zoo, the fair.
Yeah.
My God, what's next? A poetry reading?
Well, close. We went to a vineyard. We went to a wine a place called the Round Barn.
All right, but that feeds to you. You like wine.
Yeah, I do like wine. I did do some wine tasting last Sunday.
Wine makes sense for you. Dealing with the lowest form of humanity ever does not play to you at all.
No.
You deal with your neighbor. You made more contact at the fucking fair with those goddamn criminals than you have in your own neighborhood.
You're right.
That's fucking insanity.
It is insanity. I live in an insane world.
My God, dude. What animals were better, the fairs or the zoos? And who would have ever thought I could ever ask you that question?
Well, obviously the zoo. I mean, because I could drive down any country road around here and see the same animals that I saw at the fair.
Okay, and no, Carolina, I don't mean Gary, Indiana. The zoo.
Yeah, not the zoo known as Gary. They only have one kind of animal up there.
Right. Duvers.
Duvers. The home of the Duvers.
Home of the Duvers.
Yeah. So that's what I did. That was my big event of the week.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was last night. Me and Steph had talked earlier in the week, and we always get together in the summer and just kind of have one of them nights where we just kind of drink and kick back and just tell stories and be stupid.
Right.
And we just decided that was last night since my back was feeling okay. And then tomorrow I have to be at a more drinking. At least it's not too have to, but I'm at a memorial, an all-day memorial golf tournament / party, I guess, tomorrow. So, the drinks will be flowing by noon, I would imagine. So.
And what is the memorial for?
Kelly's dead ex.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, talk about me doing my part, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what? It's one of those. Her ex is pretty well known in Kent.
Okay.
He owned a pretty successful and popular restaurant in Kent.
Okay.
30 years, so he's a well-known dude. So they're having this memorial service for him. They didn't have a funeral or anything. They just wanted to have a memorial in the summer. So now it's time for the memorial tomorrow. So, I was given my marching orders that I will be there. So apparently I will be there.
It isn't Chef Bill, is it?
No, it's
just being funny.
No, it's not Chef Bill. That would be a different memorial. That'd be a jailhouse memorial.
Right.
That's still unbelievable to me. I had that guy here in the house.
You
2
did?
months later, he was fucking in prison. That was fucking nuts.
Yes, it was.
Who knew? I didn't know.
Yeah, well, why would you know?
Yeah, I didn't know that he was a criminal.
He was a smooth criminal. He won you over.
He seemed like a good guy. And probably is a good guy that just made one fatal mistake of fucking everybody out of their money.
Right. He's a smooth operator.
Yeah, but, I never had any money dealings with the guy, and he let me drink for free in his club.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I miss Chef Bill. I wish he'd buy another club.
Yeah, he brought you some, what was it, apple pie?
Apple pie moonshine.
Yeah, there you are.
That stuff literally was here for like 2.5 years because no one would drink it.
Yeah.
It had to be like 300,000 proof. I mean, it was gasoline. It was, no matter how much we tried to cut it with apple cider or whatever, we kept trying with it with different things. We couldn't cut it to where it was like drinkable. It was so fucking toxic. And then at one of my parties, I think John finished it off because Lord knows he's trying to fucking end his goddamn liver function.
Yeah.
So, he just pounded it at some point, but woof.
Well, he did drink Jesse James moonshine or that whiskey or whatever.
I think John would drink cum if it had alcohol in it.
Wow.
I really do. That motherfucker likes his booze.
Yeah. How's that diet going, by the way?
For me or John?
For John.
Oh, John? As much as I'd love to shit on him, he actually looks like he lost about 20 pounds.
All right, good for him.
I believe me, if anybody likes to shit on John, it's me. I like adding him to the fat guy club because it makes him crazy that I'll compare me to him. Makes him absolutely fucking bonkers. But he does look like he's lost like 20 some odd pounds. So, but of course he's doing it for the wrong reason. He's doing it so he can wear some fucking gay ass costume to fucking Star Wars Celebration in April. He's dieting so he can fit into his fucking stormtrooper wear or whatever. Fucking homo.
He's gonna wear a stormtrooper outfit.
Oh yeah. He's building it himself. They got all the pieces last night.
Wow.
That was the big reveal last night, was that he got his, it's not a storm. What do they call the guys that fly for the good guys in Star Wars? X-Wing pilots or whatever?
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know what those guys are called. But the fat one is known as Porkins, and that's what we were calling John last night. Because he's building his Porkins costume.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, he's trying to cut weight for that. I mean, I'd imagine probably for his performing too. You know, it's hard to be a fat guy running around for 3 fucking hours of singing outfield songs.
Yeah.
You know, so he's doing his thing. But yeah, he has lost some poundage.
Good.
Which, good on him.
Well, he's got to keep that wife happy.
Mm-hmm. Or not. She doesn't seem to care.
Very nice.
She's already given up.
That's too funny. Too funny.
Yeah.
Well, 1 hour gone already.
Jeez. All right. Good.
So the back is good.
Yeah, I actually I had my tests on Thursday. I had to go get another series of tests, but the verdict is no surgery, at least right now. And he said unless something major happens, he doesn't foresee that I'll have to have surgery. So basically I was cleared, but I still have to do 45 more days of the therapy that I've been doing. And then we'll evaluate again. So, you know, but yeah, I feel fine now. I mean, I'm walking around. The hardest thing for me now is that my back, you know, when you've had like a really long day, like if you've ever moved a house, which I know you have.
Uh-huh.
You know that feeling your back gets at the end of that?
Just fatigued.
Yeah. If I'm up 5, 6, 8 minutes, my back gets like that right now. Because right where the problem is.
Sure.
And so I have to, you know, now I have to start, you know, I'm keep working my core, as they say, to tighten up the muscles around the cartilage and the damage. And you know, now I just have to start getting my wind back under me for that. So, but I'll take that, dude. Compared to where I was before, where I was like hugging the wall to move from the bed to the bathroom, I'll take that I can actually stand up and walk around now.
Well, you got basically a month to be in, you know, good enough shape to withstand an entire day of in-your-face music.
Yeah, I'll be able to go there and sit somewhere.
Find a shady spot and a beer.
That's all I need. Just I'll sit inside and get up on stage for the 30 seconds that I need to say, "Hey, here they are. It's tough."
Right.
All right, now I'm getting back out of here.
Yeah, come get me when the next band is up.
Yeah, I'll be on my phone texting.
Yeah, I'll be in here having a drink or 3.
Or 30.
Yeah. So good.
Hopefully they give us free drinks. That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm sure you are.
I don't know. The Worcester's kind of that's a pretty daring drive for me to go home from.
Well, it is about an hour.
That's what I mean. I mean, I toughed it out last night, but I don't know that I would. That's even further. So that's a bit far. No, last night was a bit far, dude. I honestly, I was gonna stay at John's last night. I this is me being the total dumbass that I am. I'm there. It's about 12:30, I guess. I'm 15 beers deep, and then all of a sudden I thought, I can't fucking sleep here because I can't lay on a couch, you know, with my fucking back.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do here? So then I just was like, all right, well, let me suck down some water, and out I went. Water and Gatorade and fucking windows open and air conditioner full blast, and like, all right, time to get home.
Excellent. Well, obviously you made it.
Yeah, dude. Eventually you're gonna come on the show and go, Chris died in an accident. His blood alcohol was 3.6.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
That's my future, pal.
All right.
Hopefully I'll take out some of the families that are at the fair.
All right. Well, since you've thrown tough in the mix a couple of times during that last couple of sentences.
All right.
Tough, and you toughed it out.
Yeah.
Well, let's play some Tough.
All right.
Tough will be performing at the Summer Bash August 25th. Wooster, Ohio. Chris and myself will be there. we will be on hand for all the festivities, and hopefully we'll get to meet you and say hello and all that good stuff. So make your plans to come out Worcester, Ohio for the Summer Bash. You'll find more information over there at High Volume Music website.
highvolsummerbash.com.
Okay, there you go. So go check it out. Come on out, be a part of it. And here's one of the bands you're going to hear at the Summer Bash. I can relate to this song for sure. This one comes from the What Comes Around Goes Around release. And this is Tough with Good Guys Wear Black. It's Tough exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Hey, this is Stevie Rochelle of Tough, and you're listening to my part-time good friend Neeley on the Classic Metal Show.